Hey guys, welcome back. Stop Talk and Roll, episode 107, your number one place for jiu-jitsu analysis on the YouTubes. Today we have Jeff and myself rolling for the first time in like 6 months because Jeff has been off the mat with an injury and I've been off the mat with an injury. So this is our first time coming back. We are taking it easy, I believe. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the match, but Jeff and I have been training together since like 2013 when we were blue and purple belts together up at Marcio's in Norwalk. So, always fun to train with Jeff. So I'm right to butterfly guard. Jeff does a good job of pinching his knees here, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me to get in with the hooks that I want. So you'll notice when that happens, I will actually sit back a little bit. And what I'm going to look to do is when I get a good grip, I'm going to look to extend my foot this way, like kind of kick out. So with my right. And then use that to tilt my body this way and cut an angle. Let's see if I do it though. A little bit. So this is a good response by Jeff too. So he's just like completely based out. I can't turn him. I look to sweep him over. He's got good base. I come back, get that overhook, and he's doing a really good job stuffing my leg from getting into a hook sweep situation. Gets to my back, and I roll through. So he forced me to turtle. Right. So if I stay turtled, like if I force this, he's just gonna punch me over here. So this is an important thing to remember, guys. Like sometimes you just gotta concede position. Like I'm not staying on top right now, right? And he was already on top, but I'm not staying there. So I rotate around to change the positioning of my shoulder. So now when he's pushing into me, he has the opportunity to take my back, but I cut through, roll, throw my legs up, and I make them as wide as I can. So if he comes back in, he's going to end up in close guard, right? So if he's anywhere in this area, he's ending up in close guard, right? And I sit back up and I proceed. So there's a lot of just grip fighting going on right now. It's a big indicator of who wins this. I mean, you could see here, for me, I'll tell you how to beat my own game. I don't really care about this grip. All that's doing is exposing the high collar for me, okay? I want to get a grip. Let me see if I can just get a slightly different angle. I want a grip here, right? And he has a grip on my hand. So I'm just using this hand here to open up his gi. Just ripping it open so I can get my hand in there. This hand's not really going to stop that from happening. So I get my grip. Now I'm going to go to an overhook. Oh, an underhook. He must have forced me there. Okay, so I'm looking for a triangle. Jeff backs out. And I'll come back into butterfly. A lot of butterfly. I like butterfly. Depends on what the person's doing. If my partner is passing standing, I'm going to play different cards, but I like it. Same thing, trying to get there, overhook, and looking for the sweep. Jeff bases out, so I go to single leg X. If I can't get under here, I'm going to go to X. So I kick away, I go to X. I'm going to sweep him backwards. And look to come through. So that little pass. When I sweep somebody with an X guard, I immediately shove the knee down the middle and I get heavy, right? And then I'm looking to pin that leg to the bottom, I back heel, bring the knee around, and I'm looking to get his knees facing away from me now. I don't feel super settled yet. Yeah, now I'm starting to get a little bit more settled once his knees are facing away. Okay, I'm not worried about him rolling me. You're probably like, whoa, your head's really far forward. I have collected his arm. Watch when this arm comes over. So I'm holding onto his arm and ripping up. He can't roll without that arm. He needs to. It's kind of like if the ground had Jeff's back right now. Jeff needs to clear his elbow to be able to turn. He can't do that because I'm holding onto it. So I'm anchored off of his arm. There's no way for him to roll me over, right? Like if this arm is free, he can absolutely roll me. I'm not in a good spot. But because I'm holding it up tight, look, I'm not going over. He can't, if he has to retract that arm. And look, he retracts that arm and I sit back. So this is dangerous to put that arm in there. But I go for a 3/4. No, I had to bail out. I'm probably hunting for double unders. Yeah. Yep, I used that Nelson to finish it off. And notice, I've talked about this before, I'm trying to improve my leg position and my hand position at the same time. So like this foot is actively, I mean, you can see by my toes flexing, it's actively driving in. I'm actively putting my heel into the insertion point, into that hip insertion point to try to push it in. It's not just going to go for free, right? But I'm going to keep doing that in case Jeff's never going to make this mistake. But like sometimes people might be a little less diligent with keeping their knee up. Jeff's not going to make that mistake. So I need to improve my hand positioning, but my feet are ready to go. So if Jeff ever makes that mistake or whoever, right? If they make a mistake, my foot will go in. Or more realistically, they're not going to make a mistake. So B, when I get my grips that I want in my hand and my upper body, I can use my lower body to open up and my hips to open up that space and my foot will go right in because it's already ready to go. Right, so it keeps coming back and I'm hunting for that seatbelt position. So he's got a good grip on my, I'm also slightly putting him into a wrist lock, and then I put him into the high ball ride, and that's what I'm talking about, trying to get that foot in. Jeff's obviously doing a great job of not letting me get there, right? So I'm going to keep working. If I can get his hand low enough, I'll look to come over his shoulder, but it looks like I finally got it in. Yeah, so I clear both feet. I go for like a pseudo body lock. That doesn't look good. I don't think I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I'm probably going to go foot to foot in a second and then just keep digging for, yeah. So I'm going to stay foot to foot. So my feet are above his hips, which keeps them safe from any like shenanigans down below. I don't like this, so I should be putting my feet underneath and pushing him away. Jeff's got phenomenal back escapes, by the way. Like, this is hard. Okay, so I'm concentrating a lot on my feet. What am I doing with my hands? Notice real quick, I crossed my feet, and you're probably like, oh, you're a bad black belt. You crossed your feet. It's fine as long as you're above the hip line, right? So like that like cheeky little submission where they like put your foot over your legs here. It's not ideal. Like obviously I'd rather have a long hook and a short hook, but for a second, if I just need to control them, it's fine, especially if it's above the hip line, right? Like over here, you're fine. Over here, no, not good. Notice too, guys, how I keep my feet together. I keep that closed loop and I move them up together. I don't let separation because Jeff this whole time is trying to drive his knee back in. So they're connected. Look, I feel like it's kind of, it might be a little off screen, but he's trying to get that knee in. So I bring my feet together, right? And then I bring them back up together. Oh, wait, how did I make a straight line? Huh. Interesting. Okay, so feet are together and they're pressed, creating a closed loop. Now, I'm trying to get a choke in here. He's trying to wrist lock me right now. I think the 30-second bell probably just rang, so I have trying to come over. So I have his gi in one hand and trying to come over, around the other side. So it's a lot of hand fighting there. Right here, I'm assuming one of the things I could do is raise this elbow up, and Jeff's doing a really good job of not letting me do this, and getting my hand behind his head and look for an Ezekiel from the back. Yeah, it was like 30 seconds timer. Good round. Let's see. Get a good. There we go. All right. Good round, guys. Yeah. Fun stuff. Thank you, Jeff. Sometimes there's like a lot of like little things going on when you have black belts rolling. Whereas like, you know, some of the other videos in the channel, like there's a lot of these big movements that are happening. Like this is a very technical round, right? Because a lot of the things we're doing are just like negating, you know, and we've also trained with each other for a very long time and we're both coming off injuries. So, yeah, good time. Thank you, Jeff. Fun round. All right, guys. I'm recording this before the Gordon Ryan Felipe Pena match, in a few hours. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, big time match tonight. Should be fun. You're obviously watching this after the fact, so no spoilers because I don't know them yet. Like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. Yeah, I didn't do that earlier. And I'll leave it at that for today. Thank you, guys. Bye.